Welcome back to the Encore Club Podcast. This episode we are joined by, a really talented musician.
Solid human being.
Solid human being. We had so many laughs during this episode, and maybe for the future might be doing something else, something extra with. Yeah, soul grunge is the music that's
Sunge.
Sunge. Are we doing that? Are we
Growl.
Dave?
Dave.
She makes Dave music. No. Ashaine White is our guest today, and she's an absolute star, an absolute legend. We go into, we talk a little bit about conspiracies.
Ooh.
And obviously her dream gig. So we hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to the Encore Club, the podcast where we invite a guest on and we discuss their dream concerts.
Yes, we do.
That's definitely the easiest way I've ever explained it so far. We've done a lot of these.
ChatGPT it.
Yeah.
Write me an intro.
Can you make this really simplistic for me? Today we're joined by Ashaine White. Ashaine, thank you very much.
Woo!
Here she is. So, Ashaine is a singer-songwriter, I guess, is the best way to put it. Ivor Novello Rising Star nominee, which is pretty incredible.
Thanks.
And then you are kind of known for blending genres.
Yeah, I would say so. I think so.
Soul
I hope
and
so.
grunge?
Soul and grunge. So
Yes.
obviously we've had a chance to kind of listen to your stuff, and I've got to say it's not like anything I've come across before. And obviously I do this all the time. We're also musicians.
Oh, nice.
good as you.
Okay,
In the
cool.
loosest sense of the word.
As in we make nursery rhymes for kids sometimes.
I mean, that's a vibe. That's an important part of
We'll
your
take
musical.
Thank you. We needed that.
Yeah, that's my ego. Is
It just sounds weird, though. There is more of a story to that.
There is, but we're not going to tell it.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll get to that
No,
later.
there is. We have we talked about this on the pod?
Not this pod.
Tell us.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, I moved down to the area we're in now, Worthing, for anyone who wants to come and dox us. And we started a kids YouTube channel called Bibomo TV.
Nice.
Am I telling people that? Yeah, I'm telling people that.
We thought it would make millions. It did not.
It did not, and we were in fact just paying animators
Yeah, anyway.
a lot of money, and the best part was that we actually got to make like pop punk versions of like Twinkle Twinkle and stuff like that.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
We could support you on your next tour.
Yeah,
doing that.
Ready. I'm so down.
Yeah, good. I like you already. Good start. Good start.
And so, just tell us, Ashaine, who do you take inspiration from?
That's a good question. It's funny. I feel like when people say they take inspiration from musicians or artists, I think a lot of the time they think about like specifically what their music sounds like, or maybe what they dress like, or something like that. And I take inspiration from a lot of different type of music, but it's more the attitude towards the music creation and curation than the actual like songs themselves. Like I love like Nina Simone, because I think she was super outspoken in her music and she really didn't care about what anybody thought. She just wanted to make it. Same with the Beatles. I think they put a lot of time and effort into making their sound. And same with Jeff Buckley and Radiohead, and Ella Fitzgerald is like one of the most amazing singers ever, and Stevie Wonder, and all of these people. I don't know if you'll hear their styles completely in my music, because I'm not trying to recreate their music. I'm trying to make my own. But those are the people I'm inspired by because of their attitudes towards making music. So yeah, loads of things spanning from, but I love Paramore and I love pop punk, and All Time Low and Panic at Disco and Arctic Monkeys and all these things as well. So yeah,
We
all
need
of
to go
those.
to a gig together.
We
That
do.
is
That's
our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
as soon as you said pop punk, I was like, we're really gonna get along because
Yeah.
that's what I listened to when I was younger. That's how I kind of learnt guitar and learnt about rock music really before I got into Radiohead or like AC/DC or any of that stuff. It was like the Arctic Monkeys really and Paramore. So
That's
yeah,
like
that's
Monkeys, Arctic Monkeys, and Paramore. That's pretty much our kind of split.
well, there
as
we
well,
go.
which
We
is-
could talk for years
Yeah.
because they're like two of my favorite bands. So yeah, that's kind of who I'm inspired by. But yeah, I'm not sure if when I say that to people, they're like, but it's not jazz or but it's not grunge, but it's not. And it's like, well, it's not going to be because I'm not Kurt Cobain. I'm Ashaine White. So I'm going to make my music, my version of that. So yeah, that's kind of where I come from musically.
And I think it's subconscious, isn't it? You don't set out thinking, I'm going to write like this person because I like this sort of music. You take bits and
Elements,
it's in your brain and you like it and it comes out when you write it, I suppose.
I have a knack for stealing other people's parts, though, don't I?
Yeah,
Like,
that's just
hugely.
flat out copyright.
Flat out like plagiarism, and then we just end up not doing anything with it because it's like that actually is Biffy Clyro. You need to chill out.
Wow,
The
Biffy
Arctic
Clyro.
Monkeys one was the worst.
Which
I don't
Arctic
think
Monkeys
that's that
song was
bad.
it? Which one was it?
Are You Mine?
Oh goodness, that's a we'd all know that bass line as
Yeah,
well.
we'll send it to you after. You can be the judge.
Yeah,
but it's
Yes,
I'm gonna
100%
send
a
it to you.
rip-off.
Yes, please.
Fuck you. Oh, so yes, okay. I have my hands up. I don't think it is. I think I can get away with it.
Put it out.
We went to music. You went to music uni. I know that.
Yeah, I
Was
did,
it
yeah.
ACM.
Yes, ACM Guildford.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we did BIM.
nice.
And I'm pretty sure in one of the classes it was like there's some sort of seven note ruling where.
You don't want to be in that though, you know?
Oh, I do. I want to push the limits. I'm like, I'm stealing everything but the seventh note.
Yeah, 6 notes of those 7 are going in the song.
Exactly. So you've got a new EP coming out.
I do. I'm really excited.
Look what you made me do on the 22nd of May. I believe.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you can actually listen to the lead single from the EP on Spotify and other places, I'm sure.
Yes.
And it's called "Let Me Down," which
Tune.
Thank
had
you.
to listen to today. We loved it.
I'm so glad you do. Thank
Yeah,
you.
banger, good effort on that.
Yeah, it's great. But I have a bit of a challenge. You chill. I'm talking.
Getting excited.
Can you describe the EP in one sentence?
In one sentence. Okay, not one word, in one sentence.
It can be.
It's what comes after the warning, I think. The events that follow a warning.
Okay.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. That's cryptic as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be like, oh, I need to go and
Yeah.
I need to go and listen to that now. Can you tell us us and the audience, any
Yeah.
more about that?
Yeah, I think I released an EP last year with 5DB called Cause for Concern. And it literally was that. It was like the warning sign. It was like the cause for concern. It was me being really introspective and thinking about where I've come and, from and how I am, how I've arrived as an adult woman now. And I think this next project is like, how you have those two sides of you. You kind of have your adult person and then you have your inner child. And sometimes you react to things in your inner child. I think Look What You Made Me Do is me reacting in my inner child. It's me being like, F you all. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. This is how I'm feeling now. So I think Let Me Down. Let Me Down is a version of that. But Look What You Made Me Do is that in itself in a project. So we're loud, we're brash, we're energetic. We don't care whether it's grunge or it's not grunge or it's soul or it's not soul. I don't care. I just want to put the music out. So yeah, that's what we've done with this EP, and I hope people feel that energy from those songs.
Amazing.
I think they will.
Yeah, and you've
spot
got some shows coming up, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've got a few. I'm going to be in Rotterdam in April playing Momo Festival, which will be amazing. And then I'm going on tour with an artist called The Halfway Kid, who's incredible, makes this really gorgeous, warm, campfirey soul folk music. He's honestly incredible. Produced by the same team that produced my next single and helped me produce the rest of my songs. So that's May. We're going on tour all May. I'm at the Great Escape.
Yeah, you are.
So everybody come down to the Great Escape. I'm trying to ram out my show at the Great Escape. I'm there on the 15th and the 17th. And then I'm in London at KoKo on
Nice.
KoKo Amplify, which is in the big main room on the 19th of June.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is, I'm from North London, so that's a real
It's a big
goal of mine, dream
I need
venue.
to ask her.
Go for it. I know what you're going to ask, but go for it.
Are you an Arsenal fan?
That's
Yes.
not what I was going.
Yes, I am whatever you want me to be.
You're not
Good
a Tottenham
answer.
fan.
I'm from Enfield, so really I should be a Tottenham fan because that's kind of down the road. And I actually did work at Tottenham
Hang
Hotspur
out.
Stadium once. Yeah. I wish I cared about football. I just don't care. So whatever
That's
makes you
fine.
happy.
That's
Yeah.
better than I'm a Tottenham
So-
fan.
Can I just say, right? We live in fucking Brighton. Why weren't you asking what venue you're playing at the Great Escape? Because that's actually what I was going to ask. I thought you would. I thought I need to ask this. Like you're going to be like,
from North London, man.
okay,
I am
my
from
bad.
London.
What venue are you playing at the Great Escape?
I'm playing Dust. Is that a venue?
Dust.
Dust.
You know
Oh,
Dust.
let me check that. Wait.
Are you sure it's
we'll
not
have to-
chalk?
Chalk dust.
Chalky dust.
Chalky dust.
Let me check that before I say the wrong thing. I'm
You're
also
at
playing.
that age where venues have changed quite a few times from the last time we went
yeah.
out.
God, yeah.
I'm
The last time we went
Do you know
out.
what I mean?
I could be very wrong. Also,
Dust.
Dust. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's
There
called.
might be, to be honest, there's a
Yeah.
venues in
Dust. It's a venue called Dust.
Well, I just want to make sure we can find it.
Yeah, me
Looks like
too.
Dust.
Shall I Google it? Shall I make sure it's real?
I bet it's real. Well, I don't want to put the...
Imagine.
Yeah, she's down with that.
I'm sure it's real.
No, yeah, it's a venue called Dust. It's a nightclub. BN11NF is the postcode. If anybody
town.
doesn't know where Dust is,
Yeah.
I'm playing that, and I'm playing Jubilee Square as well, which is open to
Oh,
everyone.
sick.
So yeah,
It's owned by Brighton Fringe.
fun.
I know that because I know the Brighton Fringe people.
Have you played Great Escape before?
No, this is my first time.
It's such a good feel, isn't it?
It's amazing.
I love it.
I've been a delegate there, and it's like it's mad going to see all like that many gigs in that many venues.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's sick
it really
though, isn't
is.
When the sun's out and
Oh,
Ooh.
the secret gigs.
Yeah.
We saw Future Heads playing on the roof of Audio. What the
Unreal.
fuck is life like?
So cool. Yeah, I hope I get to do some fun secret gigs as well. I'm just going to be there and about with my guitar, and I'll just turn up and play. But yeah, two shows that are going to be really fun at Great Escape. So yeah, first time. I'm a baby.
that's cool.
Amazing.
We'll be there. We'll be coming down for that for sure.
Yeah.
Yay! I'll see you
it's on our
there.
doorstep. Now, what I want to know is, did it come naturally, blending the genres together? Is it just something that came about and it was like, this is how I feel, this is what I'm going to write, or did you have to like squeeze it together a little bit?
No, it came so naturally. I work with a producer. His name's Gibbi Bettini. And we just sat in a studio one day and made the first song that we ever made together. And it was just the sound. It was just what came out. We didn't even have to speak. We just we both kind of love things in like, started in like rock. Like he loved like Rage Against the Machine and things when he was younger. And I loved obviously Arctic Monkeys and everything like that. But we also really got into jazz and grime and hip hop. We're both from London. So it was just like a language that we both spoke. And he's a guitarist. And I was like getting back into guitar. So it was just like, all right, sit and write something on guitar and then we'll go from there. And so I think, and also I've been singing my whole life exactly how I sing now. Like I've been singing soul and jazz and R&B and pop my whole life. So I wasn't going to change my vocal. That's just what it was. We just added the guitars and the distortion that I heard in the music that I loved when I was younger. So yeah, it was really, honestly, really simple. And I wish it was like harder and it was some sort of scientific experiment. But no, it was really natural.
When it's easy like that, it's meant to be. And this producer that you've mentioned with the coolest name I've ever heard, but like sometimes it's about that person as well,
Yes.
You work with producers before and they're not really on the same level and it can really churn it out in a way that you didn't expect it or want it to.
Yeah.
So that relationship's probably quite important. Did you write it with him? And
Yeah.
and it evolved from there?
Yeah, we literally have written everything. I've got 4 EPs out when Look What You Made Me Do comes out. There's a lot of catalogue for baby artists like me, and everything has been written with him. And he plays all the instruments. On my last EP, he played every instrument you hear. On this EP, he was playing bass as well as adding extra and producing in the room. And yeah, we had the band for this one, which was amazing. But yeah, he's just, honestly, like I always say on every podcast or interview I do, he's the future of music production. And he's coming, like he really is. Yeah,
It
so
sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
I'm living the dream. Like it's so, I'm the starving artist. Like, oh, my craft. How am I gonna? I'm so inspired when I work with amazing musicians, and I'm so lucky to be surrounded by people who know what they're doing and inspire me to know what I'm doing too. So, yeah, I'm really, really lucky.
Nice, love that.
Amazing. So with you kind of touched on it a little bit, but with your songwriting process, what does that look like? Is it like you're putting lyrics to paper first, or are you just grabbing an instrument? Do you play more than just the guitar, or is it? I
wouldn't say like in public that I play more instruments than just the guitar. I can do the guitar enough to like stand on stage and do it. Like if somebody asked me to play something on keys, I would be like, no, can't do that. But yeah, a lot of the time, sometimes I write things by myself. So I sing to myself, which is one of the singles from Look What You Made Me Do that we released late last year. I sat in my living room on my guitar and I just wrote that song like from top to bottom. Normally the chords and the melody come at the same time for me. I lead a lot with melody because I'm a very oral person. I like to hear things and I like harmony and melody to fit together. So I don't necessarily like write poetry and then add music to it. It's more like an as we go type of situation. So that song I wrote all by myself. But some of the other stuff, me and Gibbi will just go into the studio and start from scratch that day, and we'll just have a concept. He'll have a chord, I'll have a chord, and we'll just chuck things back and forth until there's a song. Normally we finish a song in a session and then we'll demo it in his studio, and this time we took it to 5dB and recorded it with the band. So we actually recorded the whole EP in 3 days with the band.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
It was crazy. Yeah, in summer
How many
last
tracks
year.
is it?
It's 6 tracks.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so there was like 5 with the band, or like 4.5 with the band, and we recorded them all in 3 days, got it all mixed by like, I don't know, September, mixed, mastered, like ready to go. So yeah, it's a really nice, well-oiled machine, and I really enjoy writing with them all. It's really fun.
Amazing.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
Because you could be, even if they're unbelievable musicians, and you can be in a studio and it just does not flow how it's supposed to.
Yep. Yeah, sure. 100%.
So that's good that you found each other. I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah. I've really been like, I care so much about what I do. It's like there's this thing I saw a TikTok of somebody saying that like being nonchalant is like uncool now. And I actually really agree with that. I've never been nonchalant about what I do. Like I really work hard to make music that I think people need to hear and that people want to hear and that I'm proud of. So, I've put a lot of effort into making the right connections with the boys and making sure I care for them in my band, and I'm not just, some artist that doesn't care for them. Like I just make sure they, they're fed and they're paid as much as I can afford to pay them, and they're in a good stead, so that when it's time to play that guitar solo, you better play that guitar solo, I'm
Ground rules there. Yeah, I feel that.
They're really terrified of me. They're not at all, and they're so lovely. So yeah, it's a testament to them being amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. So should we start off with some kind of simple questions?
Okay.
Yes, I don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
They're not simple. I'm scared.
It's a really long day. Start.
Okay.
I'll start. Okay, so we're gonna ask you some really kind of basic questions. Oh, quick question, because at the end of this round, do you listen to music on Spotify?
Yes, I do.
Do you have your phone or something close to you?
Yeah, I do.
We're going to ask a few questions, but after that, we want to play a game with you called Spotify Roulette.
Cool.
And essentially, you go into your liked playlist and hit shuffle, and it's the first 3 songs that come up.
Very interesting. Okay.
We'll come back to that in a sec.
Sounds
Okay, so first question: do you believe music is more about personal expression or about connecting with others?
Oh,
I know, going deep.
that's a good question. I think there's elements of both, but I'm not going to cop out. I think it is connecting with others. I don't personally make music so people can look at me and be like, look at her, she makes music. It's more to be like, I listened to her music and it made me feel like this. I think music is literally a language that everybody understands. Like, it's actually really powerful. And I think it always sounds so fluffy and like corny when I say it out loud, but it is such a thing that connects you with people. I think it's so important to take yourself out of it sometimes, especially when you're releasing it to the world. But then also, to play devil's advocate for myself, if I was to listen to people telling me what music I should make, I don't think I'd be in the situation that I'm in today, which is making music that feels authentic to me. So I think in the creation process, it's got to be like internal, and it's got to be there's a bubble, you know. But when it's out in the world, if somebody thinks it's a happy song and it's really a sad song, I don't care. As long as you love it and you take it in and it means something in your world, go ahead, like, and enjoy it. So I think it's a bit of both, but I do think I'm leaning to the music is to connect people with each other side.
Yeah, I agree. I think when I was asking it, I was thinking actually this could probably be both more than anything. But yeah, that's some good insight there.
Saying how you said someone might feel happy even though it's a sad song.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of that. Remember Lewis Capaldi in an interview saying there was like people making love for the first time to this song, and it was about his grandma dying.
Oh my God.
Or something like that. And then the other thing I watched the other day was it was just by changing the music they turned the have you seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
No, I have. I'm really bad at films, but carry on. I
Do
haven't.
you know
seen it.
Mrs. Doubtfire? Yeah. And it's like a comedy, but just by changing the music, it was like a savage horror. And the trailer is terrifying, and all they've done is change the music.
It's really important. Like, it is like
Oh, it's crazy.
what sound does to people is like crazy. It actually is. So, and I do get that, like, in my music, a lot of the time it's my voice, which is people find really soothing actually. That's how I learned to sing, from like crooners is how I kind of learned to sing. So I want it to be soothing, but also like at the end of Let Me Down, I'm screaming into a pillow, into a microphone, you know?
Wow.
So there's it you know, it has that real contrast, which is why I call it grunge soul. And I want it to have that, but yeah, it's people need to find the bits in the music that really mean something to them, which I find so fun. It's like a game. It's really funny, and really beautiful to see.
Agreed.
Love that.
Right, this question. I think this is a bit of a tricky question. This.
Ooh.
I'm going to ask you anyway. So,
I love a tricky question. Go.
Yeah, I think. Could you answer this? I'll come back to you.
Okay.
What's one song that everyone likes, but you just can't get on board with?
Do you know, I have a lot of hot takes with music. Like, I'm very like I have opinions. I spoke about it on another podcast. Maybe I should do something different. But one artist that I really can't get into that everybody's into is Lauryn Hill. I find it really, really difficult. And there's a song, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called To Zion, which is a song that she wrote for her son, which is lovely and beautiful, but I really struggle to listen to the song. So I'm going to choose that song.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
Good answer. A song that I can't get on board with that everyone is into. I don't know.
Do you know what
I will
mine
be
is?
honest. Go on, what's yours?
And I fucking, excuse my French, but I absolutely fudding hate it.
Fudding.
Right?
Yeah, go on.
It is The Calling.
Wherever you will go.
I fucking hate that song,
And
mate.
wherever. I love that song.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what?
So lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What a tune.
I hate it.
Is there a bad memory attached to this song? I feel like we need to
could be.
unpack.
Something
Did
in
you
my
get
childhood.
dumped? Like,
I'm the lead singer.
It was
I don't know what went on. I've obviously blacked it out in my brain. But
yeah.
I
Repressed.
cannot stand that song. And the other one is, and you had a bad day.
Okay, sure. Have you heard the Alvin and the Chipmunks version of that song? Because it's
No, I bet-
fantastic.
I bet the Alvin and the Chipmunks theme tune I play on Alexa because that is a banger.
They
Is it for the kids
man.
though, or is it for you?
It's for me.
Okay.
They could
I've thought of a
sing.
song- I've thought of a song that I can't get on board with.
Go on.
You guys are gonna hate me, both of you. It's the one that I've nicked from Arctic Monkeys.
But you prefer yours.
I prefer mine. The
Yeah,
ego.
your version. Yeah, that's what it is. He's
I'll
like,
take
you
my
know,
ego, okay? It's a good song.
He loves this version. It's exactly the same.
Did your earphone just died?
Yeah, did I shout too loud?
I think you
got
shouted too loud.
excited.
We've just lost an earphone.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Each. We're now working on half an ear. It's fine. We can hear everything. Okay, so next question. Who? You okay?
I'm trying to think what went on in my childhood that makes me hate
Yeah,
that
I'm
song.
like, there must be something. We really need to unpack
Something went
this.
on. I was obviously
Is it
beaten.
that he was like blonde and you're not, and you're just a little bit jealous or something?
No,
No,
what a weird thing
deep
to
voice.
say.
Wow,
The deep
Mate,
voice
you've
doesn't
said
go
some weird
with the
things. on it.
genre either. For me. He should be singing Michael
What are you on
Bublé.
about? No, he's like fucking Nickelbacky style rock. Nickelbacky.
Nickelbacky
style rock.
is very good.
He's like an American Ronan Keating almost.
Yeah.
That is good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Moving on.
Let's concentrate on Ashaine rather than your
This is really interesting, honestly.
We'll deep dive his traumas later on. Who is
We haven't discussed my parents' divorce in a while.
mate? We could talk about my dad dying if that happens.
No,
No.
guys.
It's too far. Okay. Moving on from there. Sorry, I brought it down massively
You
there.
like your version of the Arctic Monkeys song you sold, but you hate theirs. What is
It's
that?
not that I hate. Like, I just can't get on board with it as much as everyone else seems to like absolutely adore it.
It's not the best Arctic Monkey song in the world.
It's not.
It was a
are.
good one on that
Validation.
album, but
What about their latest album? Did you get? on
oh,
board
I
with that?
couldn't. No, I couldn't get into it.
Oh,
I like
you do.
old Arctic Monkeys. I like when they
Same.
were young and they had loads of energy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that stuff. That's
Yeah,
fine.
That cut me deep. That album because it was just.
I was
And it's
wanting something.
thrower, and if you're savagely depressed, it kind of makes sense. It made sense to me for a while. But cool, we're going deep today. No, but it's not real Arctic Monkeys, is it?
Well, it's different Arctic Monkey. We've got to allow the artist to change and grow. Okay,
Was Alex too
but
clever to be in an indie band?
I think he was always too clever to be in an indie band,
Yeah.
which is why we got Arctic Monkeys because it was good and like different, you know, because it was like intelligent indie music
Yeah,
kind
it
of.
was. And that's
know?
what, you're right. That's why we got Arctic Monkeys.
Can you
Yeah.
shout again so I get my ear back? Whoa! No, that didn't work. Okay, don't shout again.
You sure it wasn't your ear? I'm
yours
coming
isn't
through
working
clean
either.
as a whistle, bro.
On both ears?
Yeah.
No. So you just popped one of my headphones. Alright, fuck it. Ashaine, who
Hi.
is, and this doesn't apply just to music, who is your biggest hero in life?
Ooh, my biggest hero in life. Probably my mum. She's pretty cool. She's great. She's like super formidable woman. Like she was a single parent, single mum to 3 kids, in London, inner city London. Like it's just a bit of a crazy place to grow up and to try and raise 3 children that go on to do good things in the world. And I think she did an amazing job. And she's really cool and funny and pretty. So I like her.
Nice. Love that.
Yeah, I find it hard to like idolize celebrities. I find it strange because everyone's just human, you know. They might go and do like a Kanye West and just be crazy, and I can't then be like, "Woo, that celebrity," because they're just human and people do weird things. Honestly,
We get a lot of mum, don't we?
I do. And it's the day after Mother's Day today, so
oh, it is
well in mums. That's
very much. It's just you've got to give it to the mums always. She gave me my name, you know. My name's got good SEO. She knew, she was forward thinking.
She was
You
on
know?
it from day
it's like,
dot, mate.
I know, I just want to make sure that this name is really like searchable on Google.
There we go. She was thinking in '97. She was thinking about Google. Like
Yeah.
she deserves it. She deserves
Love
to be the
that.
hero.
Big up, mummy.
Big up, mum.
But yeah, we do get a lot of mum. We had I think we had all mums and a David Bowie. Is that?
I'm back. Oh wait, I'm not back. It came back for a second and then it's gone. It doesn't matter.
Have we had all mums?
We had a Bowie. Did we have a dad?
No one's ever picked their dad.
No one likes the
God.
dads.
We should unpack that also.
Yeah, there's something going on
I can
there.
lead the charge there if you want.
I hope my kids would pick me.
They're not picking
You got
boy.
you got to make them pick you. You got to do something better than pushing them out.
Yeah.
So that's hard work.
Enjoy the pushing out.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I love them loads. Most of the time. But yeah, I think, have we had all mums and a David Bowie?
There's been so many now. Like
And so many mums.
There's been so many mums that we've discussed.
And fair enough. I'd probably pick my mum as well, to be honest.
Yeah, who would you pick?
I'd pick mum.
Yeah,
Your mum?
yeah. For me, it's an easy one. Yeah, mum.
Is
would be
there
the one.
but see, there's just mums are good, man.
I'm a mama's boy though, so I don't know if that.
That's nice. Oh, I think that's good.
My mum's a bit like, love my mum, but you know when you stroke an old cat and it's like,
What
and
is that?
it like arches its back. Like, do you know what I mean?
When's
Do
the
you
last
know
time
what I mean?
When's the last time you
I
hugged your
do.
mum?
Well, I did like it's Mother's Day yesterday. I gave her a
Good,
hug and
okay,
it's a bit
good.
like. Maybe I did too much wrongdoing in my teen years. But no,
Yeah,
I
we-
did enough for
Maybe
sure.
you played
I'm-
The Calling too much. No.
Oh God,
I am
That's
trying to
triggering
line.
me big time.
I'm trying to line me and you up to go on someone else's podcast so we can dive into your past a little bit.
No
Mm.
thanks.
Why not?
Whose podcast is it?
You'll see.
So, like,
Fair.
I can't wait. Gosh, that is the like cliffhanger. I'm ready.
I
Deep
am
dive
not
into-
ready.
It's like it's the Wherever You Will Go podcast.
Get out.
Yeah.
Stop that now. That's disgusting.
Let's move on. We're gonna play the Spotify roulette game now, if that's okay. Ashaine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So if you could grab your phone or whatever you're using, yeah, lovely. Go into your liked playlist and hit
Yeah.
shuffle once, but don't play it out loud because copyright will get us in trouble.
Okay.
And just let us know what it is.
Shuffle and we play. It is Unfaithful by Rihanna.
Fair.
Good song. Okay,
Very big tune.
we're gonna need 2 more from you if that's okay.
Okay. Second one is
Come on, please.
it's So Good from the Bratz Rock Angels.
Amazing.
What is that? Dollies.
Honestly,
Dollies. The girls love
yes,
that.
the Bratz. But this raised me. Before I knew who Paramore was, Bratz Rock Angels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the best songwriting ever, maybe.
Is that
Asterisk.
on par with like Monster High or whatever it is? Monster.
No.
No. Okay,
It's-
my bad. Sorry. my kids are obviously
What?
just watching the wrong stuff. So
Well, no, this was very of the time. It was very of the Y2K of the when I was raised. You know, like 2004.
okay.
So I don't think Monsters High can. They're trying to be brats, basically.
but
just the vibe.
monsters. I got you.
Okay,
Right.
next one. That is very funny though. Oh, and then The Indigos by Chris Morrissey,
Nice. I don't
which
know
is a
that
really
one,
beautiful
by the
song. It's a really beautiful like instrumental jazz song that's like gorgeous and really melancholic and all the things I love in music. So yeah, beautiful.
One to
Probably.
check out.
A perfect time to tell you that with every episode we do, we build a Spotify playlist after all the
Ooh.
songs that you mentioned. including your
Wow.
own.
So we're gonna have the
Fantastic.
Bratz soundtrack on a
I need
playlist.
to hear it now.
We need to deep dive into this.
No,
So
what was your one?
what was my what?
Your monster one?
Monster.
Monsters
no, we're not
High.
gonna- it's not something I mention.
No, I'd still like to hear what the fuck that is.
I think we watch it more than hear it. This one, like,
What is it?
it's a TV show, isn't it? And a movie.
Yeah,
They-
it's about these like teenagers in high school and they're
It's
like
brats, but
monsters.
monsters.
Yeah, it's Bratz, but not as good. I
Fair,
watch it
never
with my
watched
niece.
Bratz, to be fair, either,
Slap.
but check it out. Well, I get some me time.
I can imagine you just sat at home at like 9 at night and Lottie walks in. It's like, what are you up to? I'm just watching Monsters High.
Just catching
Monsters High.
catching up on the drama of Monsters High.
Monsters High. Monsters High.
Monsters
Now I'm
High,
going to
yeah.
be checking it out.
I know you are. Right. So, we also like to, especially with episodes with musicians, we actually stopped doing it for a couple of episodes, and I don't know
Well, we
why.
shouldn't have, because this bit's important.
It is important. We like to shout out independent venues. And so we
Ooh.
want to give you the opportunity to shout out your favourite UK-based independent venue. I'm struggling with words today.
You'll get
My favourite UK based independent venue. Oh, that's a really hard one. Bush Hall.
So I've literally
Oh,
written
shit.
Bush Hall because I went there when I was younger to watch Panic at the Disco do a secret gig, and
Oh.
it was insane.
I
And
bet.
it's such a beautiful place, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, and yeah, I love it there. They're so lovely. There's a few more. There's like Folklore and Hackney, which is amazing. Some other ones that I can't think of right now, but Bush Hall is gorgeous. Love that venue.
It is.
Good shout.
Bush Hall in Shepherd's Bush.
Great minds.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'd literally written, just in case you weren't able to come up with one, Bush Hall, like, so that we could say it. So,
We're actually on the Halfway Kids tour. We're actually only playing independent venues. That's our plan. So yeah, there's loads of like venues from like the north of England, Scotland, Wales, down to St Albans and Kingston. We're only doing independent venues, so you know they're really important to what we do as artists, as emerging artists as well. So love
Big
them.
time.
there you
Love
go.
that.
We'll
for
shout
me.
out every venue that you're playing in on that tour.
Shout out.
Huge.
I've definitely sessioned some Halfway Kid before.
Yeah.
He's great, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. You should see him live. Come to the show. Come to St Albans. Or
Well, now you're offering free tickets. We'll be there.
if you would like to be put on the guest list, just let me know. Put it. I'll sort it out. I love a guest list.
I will be
Sort it
hitting
out,
you up
yeah.
straight
You do
after.
know we'll be coming with cameras and microphones, and
Perfect.
because we've got a YouTube channel as well, so we'll be playing
Yeah.
some games with you guys.
Perfect. Live stream the whole thing.
Well,
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, but you can imagine if we just rocked up and like just assuming it's okay to bring cameras and like, Ashaine, we're just here, you know.
Honestly, the thing is with me, I'm just like, yeah, cool. The content's useful. As long as I don't have to make it, I'll post it.
well, in that case, we'll be there with cameras.
Yeah,
too.
we'll see you soon.
Let's set the scene.
Let's set the scene. Let's actually get on to the reason you're here to build your dream concert. Go for it, mate.
So, this can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be a real venue.
Okay.
It can be a real venue. It can be big or small. We've had someone playing in
Backyard.
a backyard. We've had the ice in Greenland.
No, it was a forest in Greenland. That was a
Ooh.
weird episode.
was so
Joshua,
funny.
sorry, Ashaine, but Joshua, I love you, mate, but that was a weird episode, bro. Like, absolutely awesome. The fact that SpongeBob was there, mad, but crazy.
Loved it though. Very funny. Okay, so you can set the scene. What venue is your dream gig going to be at?
I didn't even think about a venue. Something intimate. I love a theatre. I'm not a fan of an arena. I love a theatre. I love things that are close to home because I just don't want to take the district line or something. No offense, because I know Bush Hall's in the west, but it's so far. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I need to think of a venue. I don't want to be
It could be
boring.
like a completely magical, made up venue
Yeah.
that you have in your house if you want.
Okay. I don't think my house is big enough. I actually would love to see like something on like Greenwich, where Cutty Sark is, like with the London skyline in the background. I think that'd be
Nice,
super
that's it.
cool, and it'd be like a really nice summer London night, on the Thames. So on some sort of bank in the Thames. Am I saying who's playing?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Yes, that's where the venue would be. It'd be
I like that.
on a bank of the Thames.
I can see it. I can picture it. Summer night.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
Those nice orange colours in the sky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sunset.
Paint a picture here. Let's do this.
This one's important to me because, and I've said this before,
Every time.
every time.
Yeah.
Who you go to the gig with makes the night, right?
Yep.
So my friends, same style of music taste.
Mhm.
And there's been gigs that I can't even remember, but I remember how great the night was just because you had so much fun. So who are you going with?
I'll take my boyfriend, because I think we would both really like this lineup. Who's Gibbi, the producer that I was talking about earlier. So you know we make the music together as well. Need to be inspired. I think I would take my band. That would be so fun. Like it would be a really nice day with the band. Everybody who's like worked on my project with me. That would be like a nice celebration. And the besties, the girlies. And yeah, we'd all go. I think.
Love that.
Everyone a bit sun drunk, tinnies
Yeah.
in hand, you know, perfect.
Can't
So-
beat that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. So we were actually going to ask what's kind of first on the agenda in terms of getting there. Are you buying drinks? Are you buying merch? Like, what's your do you have a routine for when you arrive at a venue?
my routine is to get a really nice area that, like, you know, kind of slightly left or slightly right of the sound guy, a little bit of space around me, not too, if there's a little ledge I can hang my jacket over or like put my foot on and rest. Do you know what? I know I'm only 27, but I'm a bit of a grandma at a gig. If there's a seat, I will take it. I love a seat. Like, I love a seat at a gig, even if it's like high energy. It's nice to have a seat just to like perch on, get up, you know, during the waits. I would probably go on.
If you were buying a ticket, would you buy a seated ticket rather than a standing ticket?
I think I would, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever taken a fold-out seat to a gig?
She's not that.
No.
Okay, just checking. Just seeing where we're at. Just.
I'm not there yet. No, I'm not there yet.
We're
But
not even there yet.
We'll get there, mate.
I try and limit the amount of standing that I have to do at a gig, because it's funny because I am a musician, a gigging musician. When I'm working, I'm standing.
Yeah.
When I'm gigging, I'm standing.
Great
When I'm
Escape,
seeing a
it's sat in
show,
a deck chair.
yeah,
On
I might
stage.
just, I think I'm just gonna be sat on a really big chair on stage. No, and I
fine.
love it, but when I'm seeing a show, I'm just like, oh, having a seat would be really nice right now, you know, because it's my relaxed time.
It comes with age.
Yeah, I'm
find-
getting on.
When you're, you know, being a working, gigging musician, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing bits, if you go and watch someone else, are you like assessing it a little bit and being like, well, I'll be doing this?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to switch
Yeah.
off from that.
It's
Yeah.
really hard to switch off. It sucks actually, because you're like planning in your head, really. Like,
Yeah.
or sometimes, and it's so bad, I've kind of gone to see shows for research. So if I've never seen something at the venue before, I'll go and see a show at the venue.
That's
And
cool.
I'll be like, the sound engineer, you know, could use a bit less high end, could like, and I'm sometimes I'm like not paying attention to the show, which is it's just so bad. So I try to like make sure I turn my brain off. At festivals, it's so bad because I'm like, the sound could be better here. Or when I play this festival, I'm gonna have this band members. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it with a whole orchestra, whatever. Like, so it's hard to tune out and get into the music. But yeah, it is very funny. I always do that when I'm.
We
when
do
I'm-
it.
You
We're
know
not
what
even
we're
good.
terrible for? We're terrible for like.
Bass is out of tune. Fuck this one.
Oh, that is
Did we
a
mention
real
them?
one.
Yeah, who was that?
Twin Atlantic.
Oh,
That
So-
was bizarre.
They played Free. Is that what it's called? Free.
Yeah, I love that
Set
song.
my body on fire. Yeah, cool. So they played that whole song at Slam Dunk, and the bass player. I'm really sorry for outing you, bro. You were completely out of tune the whole time.
Painful, isn't it? I love that tune.
Yeah.
And you came at me for Taking Back Sunday being not
Yeah, it was
great live.
awful live. I'm sorry.
do you know what I saw recently that was really bad, and it's so sad? I saw Fall Out Boy at the O2, and it was so bad.
I've heard this.
Really?
It
'Cause
was so bad. Yeah, it was like, it got to, and I'm not an ageist person. I feel like you are as young as you want to be, as long as you keep learning. But on stage, they look like they should have given up like 10 years ago.
even
like-
Patrick Stubb,
That's
like is
savage.
he hitting
all
the
of
high
them.
notes still?
He was singing, but it was just like a bit like, I don't know. And I saw Paramore at the O2 earlier that year or the year before, and it was incredible. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
blew
I
my
wanna go and
mind. Incredible. It was incredible, like the best thing I've ever seen. Like, it was incredible. And then seeing Fall Out Boy, and they had like fire shooting out the top of their guitars, and it was just like,
Oh,
It's
no,
gonna give it
that's
to you.
I just, yeah, it was just cringe. Sorry, Fall Out Boy, but yeah,
savage.
it was.
They're big listeners of this podcast as well. To be fair.
Yeah, Pete Wentz is just constantly
all over it.
He's our only
Sorry,
listener.
Pete.
Please let us on. Oh, that's savage though. Because I
Yeah.
would love to see Fall Out Boy. I know that's. cool,
Last
isn't
time
it?
I saw them was at the Brighton Centre,
But
and
at the right time to see them.
it was at the right because it was when Kids in Glass Houses were still about the first time round rather than new. And I just remember I was stood next to this kid at the front, and the drummers, they've ended their set, and Kids in Glass Houses ended their set, and the drummers chucked his stick into the crowd, and it's smacked the kid next to me in the face. He's turned to me and goes, "Is my tooth missing?" Half his
Oh,
tooth was gone.
No.
Half his tooth. Like, they literally got rid of half his tooth. It was. I was like,
savage.
mate, we're in a mosh pit. We can't look for your tooth.
yeah,
Like
not-
that's
gotta
game
let it
over.
go.
You might as well leave.
Yeah.
Bless him. That's
Yeah.
so
You get
sad.
in and
But it was a sick gig, and
yeah.
were Fall Out Boy still trying to do their kind of flipping around with their guitars and stuff?
Well, yeah, but I'd never seen them live before, so maybe it was like nostalgic to people that had seen them live before. But you know when something just doesn't move with the times, and you're just like,
I think-
it's not 2005.
That's
here.
what you're saying about Taking Back Sunday. Like we've seen them a good 20 times now, and we've seen them over the years, and it's like 20 is probably a lot, 10. But like the first few times we watched them, and it was tight, and he could sing really well.
I think the
and
band's tight. His voice is gone.
is that the lack of cocaine?
Or is it the after effects of it all? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. Or
Because
maybe it's
that's the thing. The singer, as a singer and like somebody who's trained like or learned how to, I haven't had any professional lessons, but I've read a book about it. You can't be doing all of that stuff and like blowing your voice out and then expect to be in your like late 40s, 50s and sing. Like it's actually really hard. It's like a basketball player like smacking themselves on the knee every night and then trying to play a match. Like you can't do that, you know. And it's really hard because then they have to kind of, especially when the lead singer is the person in the band people are coming to see. Like if Hayley Williams couldn't sing anymore,
it's game over for Paramore.
it's game over for Paramore. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
So true.
100%. That's a really good analogy, actually.
Yeah,
thinking
but
of
it's
it
so
like
true,
that.
isn't it? Your voice got to take care of it, and I can't imagine that he does.
Well, I think also with the type of music it is that like he rags his voice. Like
Hot Mulligan have got no chance then.
yeah, Tades might.
but some people know how to do it. Like in the James Hetfield from Metallica, like broke his voice really early in his career, and he retrained, like opera and classical, because they really know how to like use their voices properly. And he's obviously he's in Metallica. He's not gonna like sing classical, but you just learn the technique so that you can like rag your voice and it be fine, or like you warm up, warm down. You know, it's very boring. It's not very rock star. But
Metallica are so polished now, aren't they? They're just. I can imagine him doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, we're old. Are you okay?
Mate, I think I've got a cold. Like I can just hear myself
Stay away
like
from
wheezing
me.
away. Like
oh, are you allergic to trees? I'm allergic to the trees. Have you got hay fever?
it's not massively real. This. I'm not gonna
No. Don't kill me. Okay, well I'm sorry. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I walked into that one. I'll take it.
It is real. Yeah. I need to water it actually. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
If you're up for it.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Common
sounds
then.
good.
This one is called The Sacred Three.
Mm-hmm.
The premise of this game is that you can only keep for the rest of your life one song, one artist, and one album. So they can be different. It could be, for example, the song could be Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
The artist could be Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And the album could be Rumours by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
But there is no other music for the rest of your life.
Okay.
So
But
pick
I
one.
can listen to the artist's whole catalogue though. Yeah.
The whole catalogue of the artist,
Okay.
the whole album that you pick, and just that one song.
Right. Okay.
Go for it.
So song first.
Yeah,
song
song
first. Ooh. Oh. Song was hard first. I hadn't thought about song yet.
Oh, go for another one then. We don't have to do it in that order.
Okay. Artist, the Beatles.
Fair.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cheating though.
I feel like it is cheating, but I'm going to take it.
There's so much, but it's not cheating. It's a good choice.
It's a
Yeah.
smart choice.
Yeah,
And I think
okay, good
educationally, for me as a musician, will teach me a bunch to have that on loop all the time.
choice. Yeah. Fair enough.
So, yeah.
So the Beatles as the artist, yeah.
Artist-
Beatles as the artist. Album, I will go for Grace, Jeff Buckley.
Good choice.
Great.
I
album.
think. because
R.I.P.
Rip Jeff.
So Rip Buckers, by the way.
Every episode, without fail,
Yeah, man.
you just hear this one say, "R.I.P." Can I just say, "R.I.P."
Can I
Who
just
we had?
say,
That George Michael.
Whitney Houston.
Mate,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Whitney. To be fair though,
Rip
She had a
Whitney.
tough time as well with that
She did.
prick.
Hard
Like,
life. I didn't actually know Jeff Buckley had died. I got into Jeff
Now?
Buckley when I was like 21.
Oh,
So
I just
I
told you.
I'm 27. So it wasn't too long ago.
What?
Well, I listened to the album and I was like, oh my God, my favorite artist ever. I can't wait to go and listen to every single one of his albums. And then I realized that he died and it was so
Yeah.
sad.
Did he drown?
So
Isn't it like a weird thing
Yeah.
about how his dad died as well? And they both died
Yeah.
quite young, and it was quite like traumatic. Both drowned, didn't they?
yeah, I think so. But also if you've actually read and listened to the lyrics on Grace, like the whole album, that guy was gonna do
He
what
was
he
gonna
did.
die.
Yeah, he was planning it. I think for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. I know,
Hallelujah
very
is
dark.
my favorite songs. I know it isn't his song, but Hallelujah is definitely like.
He's just insane. He's insane. It blew my mind, honestly. Like, and I could listen to that album on repeat all the time, like every day. So
Was he
That's Jeff.
27 Club?
I think he was just over 27. I don't think he was 27 Club.
Fair. Well, I'm going to go and deep dive into his death after I've listened to Brats and Monsters.
There we go. You've got a whole list of things to do tonight.
I'm busy.
Well, we've got a episode coming up where we're discussing entertainment industry conspiracies. So maybe we can
I've got a new
look
one,
at that
but
kind
I'll
of
save
stuff.
that.
Oh my God, can I be a guest on that episode?
Yes.
join
Oh my
us. That'd be
God.
sick.
I
We'd
really
love
want to. That'd be so fun.
We literally just we do. Our last episode was so bad. I apologise to everyone, by the way, for
He
my
said
rant.
the C word.
I called Machine Gun Kelly a cunt.
Oh, wow.
So I apologise, but he shouldn't be that way. Okay.
Okay, chill.
All right.
Did he
Take your
deserve it?
meds. No, I don't think he
Mate.
did.
I'll put the picture in the video.
We'd had a pickle.
We had
We won't.
a fake Bailey's, a Faileys as we
Yeah.
call it, and
It's like a pint of Bailey's.
it was
A
good.
pint.
It was good.
It wasn't
pint?
It was a mug,
What do you really have of Bailey's though? What's the correct amount?
a shot.
Is it?
Yeah, a small tumbler, like
Yeah.
of
with
Bailey's.
some
Oh,
ice.
this was a big mug.
one of these.
Not the Sports Direct mug, not crackheads.
Well, that was what I was
Purely
picturing
because
when
we
you
didn't
said
have
mug.
those available.
Yeah. Okay. So have we haven't picked
No,
anything,
we've done
have we?
No.
artists. We've done artists, Beatles. So we've got the whole of the
Artist,
Beatles
album. We've got Beatles as
yeah.
the artist. We've got album, Grace, Jeff Buckley.
Yeah.
Song.
Same song forever.
One song.
Goodness. Do you know what? It could be Daydreaming by Aretha Franklin, which I think is a really beautiful song.
That's
It's
fair.
kind of, it was like the 70s era, maybe, Aretha. So it's a bit like she's taken a tab of acid, and she's just vibing on that.
Nice.
And it's just gorgeous. Like, I love that song. It's really moody for an Aretha Franklin song, and really jazzy and like kind of odd. And I think it's beautiful. So
Nice.
And you picked Grace, didn't you, for your album?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we've got the whole of the Beatles catalogue. Grace by Jeff Buckley for the album, and then Aretha Franklin's song. Sorry, what was it called?
Daydreaming.
Daydreaming.
Nice.
Amazing. That's your
Beatles was such a
sacred
good
three.
shout.
It was. We haven't had that as well. Who
No,
was?
that's such a smart answer.
I can't remember what other people have said.
It has to be someone with a massive back catalogue, because like it could only really be like the Beatles or like Prince, or somebody with like so much music that you can dive into.
R.I.P. Prince, by the way.
Really?
Rip the Prince. But I'm not being funny, but fucking Prince was killed by someone.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was fucking killed by someone.
We
Yeah.
started.
Right, listen, just quickly. I know this is for the conspiracy episode, but I saw this yesterday. So Michael Jackson had all
Let's
the
get
rights.
into it.
He had all the rights to the Sony
Yep.
artists.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
And
owned some of the
apparently
Beatles.
Billions.
Mm.
Yeah, Beatles as well. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
couldn't have that apparently, but we'll get to that in a couple.
You're
of
gonna
weeks' time.
absolutely adore. We started the last episode. It was about musical feuds. So the whole Machine Gun Kelly thing was me, like us talking about Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly. However, you started that episode by telling me that Beyonce was part of the Illuminati.
Oh goodness.
Maybe.
Do you
Because
think?
of the whole, and this was
Nah,
all
I
based
don't
on
know.
the Taylor Swift Kanye situation that
Do
happened.
you not think Taylor Swift is in the Illuminati?
Could be.
I think she is now. After she had to get the public humiliation by Kanye. It's part of the ritual.
I just blew something out my nose.
But I've heard that saved her from the Illuminati.
Ooh.
People are saying that
Yeah.
that Kanye outburst saved Taylor Swift from something silly.
So she should be thanking Kanye.
Yeah, that's what people say. But I don't know. I don't know anything to do with
Look.
Kanye. I'm stepping away from.
There's degrees of the Illuminati, and you have to.
Yeah,
You have to
there's levels.
fucking influence like mass amounts of people, so they could be. You never know. Anyway, what are we doing? It's like we're relapsing. We're getting high.
I know. Oh,
It's
wow.
too deep. We've
The
done my
audience now
parents'
know about
divorce.
that then.
We've done divorce, we've done trauma, we've done
We've done it all.
conspiracy.
The
What is
conspiracies.
next?
What, Ashaine has to come back for the conspiracy episode.
I would actually love that. Like that would be so much fun. Like
Yeah,
so
we need
fun.
you
I'm
in that.
down.
I can tell you.
I know a lot of pointless information about pop culture as well.
Perfect.
We'll have to. The way that we'll have to work. I don't know if I'm going to include this bit in the podcast. I probably will. Fuck it, you'll get a little behind the scenes here. We'll just come up with a couple of stories from it and then just chat about it.
I've got plenty. I can tell you've got plenty.
Yeah, I think so.
And I know
I'll do
in
some
your
research.
dirty little mind there's stuff up there.
Yeah, yeah, I've got bits.
All right, I've got some serious questions now.
Go for it, man.
What was your first ever concert that you went to?
It was the Arctic Monkeys. It was the Arctic
Oh.
Monkeys Suck It and See era at the O2.
Setting the bar
Nice.
high.
Yeah, it was very good. I couldn't really afford to go to concerts when I was younger. So I went to like a really middle class school, and all my friends had a lot of money, comparatively to me. So there was one day that her dad had bought her tickets to the Arctic Monkeys at the O2. That was my first ever concert, and we went to that, and it was really fun.
Nice. That is such a good start.
That's huge.
What was yours?
I mean, we've done this, but mine was Nickelback when I was 8.
Nice,
But like back in the How You Remind Me days,
big tune.
Did you go with your parents?
Silver Side Up.
Was it
No, so my brother, so Alex took me, and my cousin Matt,
fair?
and my little cousin, same age as me, Ollie, came with me as well.
I'm just gonna
Mine
turn
was
my
Robbie
light on.
Williams in Glasgow, and I got I got drugged in the pub. Do you remember?
What?
I told you this.
You got? Oh yeah. Oh my god.
You got what?
I got drugged in Glasgow. I was a child. I didn't get drugged. That was the start of my fucking
I got drugged.
downfall.
I didn't get drugged.
I didn't say I
They
wanted
slipped me
them.
some meow. It was horrible, and I loved it.
Yeah,
She's too young for meow.
Yeah, I don't.
I've never
Meow.
heard of it either.
You've never heard of it, though.
No.
No?
The thing is,
Wow.
in those days, if you wanted to hear about my parents' divorce or not, you were hearing about it. You know. Anyway, so first gig was Arctic Monkeys, right?
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
You can ask this question
Okay.
while I go inside.
You just chill for a sec, bro.
All
Are
right.
you having like a flashback at
It's
the moment?
sweating.
It's hot in it. It's the lights. We've
Yeah.
got a lot of like
Nice.
really high-powered lights in here, and it's killing us off a little bit.
Yeah, I bet.
You soon.
Yeah.
That's why that one's fake, because otherwise it would.
We'll see this next week.
It bloomed somehow. Is there a song you didn't appreciate at first, but realised it was brilliant later on?
A song I didn't appreciate at first, realised it was brilliant. I think some of the Beatles stuff. Yeah. I think I'd like there was like, I don't know, Fool on the Hill, like some of the weirder air quotations Beatles stuff that I was like, I'm not really understanding. Then I got into it. What else? Metallica, honestly,
Nice.
as well. I love the Black Album. And I didn't really understand it before because I didn't grow up on it. You know, it wasn't what was played in my house. So I didn't really know how it kind of led to where we're at now in metal. I was like, it's not really that heavy, guys. I don't really understand what we're doing here. But now is one of my favourite albums. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm more. I maybe I shouldn't be like this, but I judge it straight away. I know if I'm going to like it or not, and it's rare that I will end up loving it. That Arctic Monkeys album, that last one, it grew on me for sure. But usually, if I'm not hooked in the first 30 seconds, fuck off.
I'm like that with a song. Like as soon as a single comes out, I'm like, probably won't like the rest of this album. Like I will know like straight away.
Yeah, same.
I've had to force myself to kind of listen to something like, for example, newer 21 Pilots stuff. like I had to kind of listen to it a few times to really get into it because
Do you love it as much?
No, it will never be as good as like the kind of first 2 albums basically. But I appreciate it, I guess, and I guess that's partially where the whole kind of songwriting thing comes in. Like you can appreciate how it's been put together and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's sad though, because I feel like sometimes as artists get bigger, they lose their like, I don't know, their I don't give a fuckness of making music. They've stopped playing with music and they're just like making it, which is like a very different thing. So I'm very like with a lot of bands like, you know, Everything and Alt J. I was really into their music at the early stages of their career when they started to blow up, and then just kind of fell off because it started to get a bit more, you know, they were thinking about it and not just doing it, you know, or they'd seen the success in it and they were like, we can just recreate what we did before, guys. It's like, no, you've done that. Which is why like artists like Radiohead are like some of my favourite music, because every album they just reinvent themselves. They just try something new and they try something, you know, a ground untrodden. Especially, you know, I guess they kind of did, the first 3 were kind of alt rock in their way, but as soon as Kid A came and In Rainbows came, and like, you know, it's just different. They were just like, we've done that, been there, done that. Let's try something else, you know?
I think some bands don't have the balls to do that. You know?
Yeah.
Like Catfish, is there 3 albums that are very the same?
The problem, they are, but also Catfish's songs are like bangers. So it kind of works.
I think you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, you love that Radiohead have shifted it up, but like the Arctic Monkeys one, there was a bit of backlash about that, quite a bit. People
But I enjoyed when they were doing like I really liked Humbug. I really liked Suck It and See. I liked AM. Like it was very different to where they started, but I think, I don't know, the newer stuff for me has just gone like, okay, we get it. You got loads of money and you want to be in space now. Like it's just a bit like, oh, okay, like what? It's just, I don't know, but maybe it's like, maybe it just doesn't resonate with me anymore, you know. But it might resonate with others.
Alex did say something that, like, I totally get. He said someone bought him a piano. I think it was someone famous. They bought him a grand piano and he started writing everything on piano. And 100%, you're writing, even if you're playing the same chords, like the writing is different on the piano.
100%.
It's a whole different ballgame.
I completely agree.
It's hard to come out of that. Like, I'm not a great pianist at all, but I can get sucked into that for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Even now, whereas I put the guitar down.
You make a lot of little videos of yourself playing piano and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see, because normally it's just, with me, it's
You're
just
fucking
guitar.
kids usually. It's nice to see some music. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different, and it's hard to come out of that. So Alex kind of went off like that. And fair play, you know.
It's a different palette. It's like painters. Like, you know, you have like your pastels and your brights and your black and white. Like, it's different. It is different, and I think artists should be able to create in every different like part of themselves, which is why I create the music I create, because I want to be able to show, if I want to make a jazz album, which I will one day, I'm going to make a jazz album, and I need you guys to know that like that is a part of my palette of colors, you know. And I feel like that's where Alex is. And some, you know, music's not for everyone. It doesn't have to be for everyone. Like, if somebody doesn't like that part of Alex Turner's music, cool, you don't have to listen to it. Guess what, we've got DSPs. You can go and listen to, you know, whatever you want. Like, just let him do what he wants to do. But yeah, so I don't, you know, sorry Alex, me and you, we're still friends, but I don't really want to listen to your new album as much, but I still respect him as a writer. He's great.
Yeah, you can't knock him, really.
You can't.
There's no hate to Alex here. Absolutely not.
No, you
Hate
can't.
that album. Joking. He's also a big listener. Let's get into the first support act.
Yeah.
So
we've had a lot of people say that we can't really call them support acts because everyone's pretty big on this. So first act, should we knock out saying support?
No.
First support act. Here we go.
Okay.
Who have you gone for?
Okay. First support act. It feels so silly calling him a support act. but it does because
Thank you.
when you hear,
It is what it is.
but he's gonna support. Yeah, it's probably Sam Cooke is who I've
Unreal.
picked.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna open the stage. And yeah, hopefully he'll sing some nice croonery songs with all his swagger and make everybody ready for what's to come. Yeah, that's my first act.
It's a big shout.
Amazing.
Big shout. And why have you chosen Sam Cooke?
I think he is just the coolest person to maybe come out of the music industry ever. And I feel like people don't really know how cool he was and how much of like a punk he was and how much he didn't care. And he was all about DIY because he was singing these lovely, beautiful love songs. But he was like singing those lovely, beautiful love songs as a black man in a crossover audience, and really bringing R&B and soul and all of the things that come with it to a further audience. And he owned every single bit of his music, and he had his own label, and he'd release artists on his own label, and this is like before that was possible. So yeah, and he was shot. So you know, might be a conspiracy that I'll bring up on that episode. Yeah, he's
in the audience there.
Yeah, but you know, it was crazy. A crazy story. No, you go.
I was just going to say, do you know how I first heard of Sam Cooke?
Go on.
Can you guess?
Bim.
No.
Oh. My bad.
Tupac raps about him in Thug's Mansion.
Amazing, and rightfully so. He should.
And I think he's in heaven in that last verse.
Yes, okay.
And he's with someone. And
Marvin Gaye and
I think so,
drinking peppermint schnapps. That's what he says, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea.
I don't think it's
Have I
Marvin
just
Gaye.
made this up completely? I'm just deciding what Tupac's drinking in heaven, apparently. I'm pretty sure he's drinking schnapps.
That's a tune though, but the acoustic one with Nas. What a banger!
We sit there and jam that sometimes.
Oh, that's so
do you
cute.
know that song?
No, I don't. Do you know? I actually don't know. No, I don't. You have to.
Mate,
I'll have
it
to
is-
get into
We've
that.
got more things to
Sorry.
send you.
Yeah, please, please,
You have to
please.
start a WhatsApp group.
But it's like the guitar.
ready.
Like his, as a vocalist, like rapping amazing, writing unbelievable. But the guitar, how good is the actual guitar in that song?
It's so good. Yeah,
You'll
it's
love it.
class.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm so ready for that. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
well, I'm
It's
gonna send you that.
beautiful as well. It's so beautiful. Like
Isn't it? Shit, man. We'll play
Changes
it
as
after.
well. Changes is like one of my favorite.
Yeah.
songs.
He's has a lot of amazing songs. Yeah, but people like, and I feel like a lot of the like, you know, in African American history, obviously music history, Sam Cooke's a real pillar that I don't think people know about, like young people know about. How what he was doing is like paving the way for what we do now as independent artists, you know. So yeah, he is an icon.
Yeah, love that. That's a good shout.
What a great first
Yeah.
artist to bring out, not support artist. Let's lose that for that one.
First act.
First act.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, before we move on to Act 2,
Okay.
wait, we didn't ask about what encore song is he playing?
Oh, I would get him to play "You Send Me" because it's one of my favorite songs
True.
ever,
That's a banger.
and he just sings it so beautifully. So yeah, he would play that.
Good choice.
And if anyone hasn't heard of that, obviously it will be on the playlist that we put together. So you can go and check it out there. In fact, I've never done this before, but you can find it here.
In the bush.
Wow.
It's in the bush.
In the bush.
Turn up the lights, man. You need to- We're going to be raided in a minute. It wasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
People got the joke, right?
I got the joke. We're
Yeah,
going to be
mate.
rated in a minute.
Okay. Right. This question is a funny one. If you could send one song 100 years into the future to represent our era, have we got the same era? She's younger than us. But
We live in the same era, yes.
I know, but like,
As in like
Now.
2025 now.
Yeah. If you wanted to send any song 100 years into the future to represent where we are now in life, what would it be?
Oh, we should have
Ooh.
harmonised.
Stop. Should it?
No? Okay, just me? Okay, cool. Okay. Cheers.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, sorry.
This is good stalling time, so I need to think. So it has to represent where we're at in music.
Just where we are, I think, in life as society as a
As
whole.
society.
Yeah, as society? Yeah, as society.
It's a hard question.
That is a really hard question.
Who wrote these?
Do I think any artist is really representing where we are as a society? I don't
not as a
know.
society,
Tay-Tay,
'cause
then.
we're fucked as a society. So not as.
Well, I
So-
think I think what I would say is I would like to hear. I would probably send forward "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar forward to represent where we are in 2025. And I
Yeah.
think if I was to like send an army into the future to represent where we are and where I think we want to be for the rest of the year and where I want to be as an artist, I would send Kendrick Lamar.
I love that.
Nice, yeah.
What would you pick for that?
To represent what?
Like, where
Where
society is at this point in time. You're sending it 100 years into the future so that they can. It's like a snapshot of where we are right now.
But it doesn't need to be something that's out recently.
No.
Because I'd probably send something punky like Sex Pistols. Because I feel like we're
Okay.
fucking going back to.
Yeah. Anarchy.
Yeah.
The first thing that pops
you know what
into
I mean?
my head is "Runaway" by Kanye West. I don't
Can't
know
send
why.
him forward. We can't
yeah.
keep him back. We don't
Yeah.
want to embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, let's not send
Kanye,
Kanye anywhere. Kanye,
fascinating.
stay the fuck here, brother.
You stay here. You sit and you just stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's happened to Kanye? We'll get there. We'll do that with
My
Oh
ears
my
popped.
goodness.
Yeah, he's all over the gaff, that boy.
He's unwell. He's unwell.
He is, bless him.
It's very sad.
But is he? There was something going on upstairs, isn't there?
There's a lot. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, and I don't think it's something that we are qualified to try and investigate on this podcast.
I'll
But
give it a good old go.
you wait until we get a
Conspiracy
shitty conspiracies,
episode.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you next week for that, for sure. Okay, well, next question.
Okay, so do you believe there's such a thing as bad music, or is it all subjective?
I think there's bad music. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
do I.
Yeah, I do. I really
A few
do.
times. Crazy
Yeah,
Frog.
it's Crazy Frog.
Don't tell me that you love the Crazy Frog.
I think it's a tune. No,
Sit next to it. This
I
whole
I get why Crazy Frog was a thing, and I think that I'm trying to be diplomatic, but I think there are people that like bad music,
Yes.
and that's just their thing, and that's okay. I
What,
pass no
like,
judgment.
Openly?
Yeah,
Or
openly. Yeah,
subconsciously?
no, openly. Just in.
Oh, this is
just,
shit. I love it.
yeah, yeah, but they
what I'm
don't see it as that. They don't see it as that. They see it as like what they like. So like that's why Crazy Frog worked, because there are people that just like, or like Baby Shark, or like What Does the Fox Say? You know, like that works for some
Yeah.
people. That's their vibe. But I think it's like bad music. Yeah.
But is there like a UK based mentality where we also just love to fuck with people, and so we're like, let's keep the Crazy Frog at #1 for 100 weeks because we can.
Yes. Well, I think that was definitely trolling before like trolling was a
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Before
I
like
do-
social media.
the original troll.
The thing I like about the modern charts, and you know, back in the day it was just the singles and albums charts, then we have the download charts, then there's all these different things now.
Mm-hmm.
The way that people can group together and they can like knock off the Christmas #1 and it's going to
Yeah.
be X Factor again and Someone Can't Make All This Money and fucking Rage Against the Machine were #1 one year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. It's very
We,
cool.
I've stopped asking people this because I think we haven't had many musicians on since I last asked this. But part of one of the things we're going to be doing on the YouTube channel is creating a.
God.
I'm going there with this. We're creating a Christmas song, and we're going
Yes.
to ask people that have been on the podcast who are musicians, which we've had a few now.
You're tied in now.
You're,
Oh gosh.
we'll see. We'll see,
We're
we'll see
covering
if it's
Crazy Frog.
yeah. But
It's
Christmas.
Crazy Frog singing the
It's
calling.
but it's just with sleigh bells in the background, nothing else. Like everything else is the same. But we want you to do the ring ding ding ding.
Yeah. Easy. I could do that. Sold.
No. So we're doing it for a YouTube video at some point in the future.
We want you to do that. Right.
And we're asking everyone to just maybe do a line or two on it potentially, whilst we.
Interesting. What Christmas song is it? Have you decided?
Well, we're
no,
going to write it.
Oh, you're gonna write a Christmas song?
And it's going to
Oh,
be
slay! I
it's
love
gonna
that.
be probably quite pop punky knowing us.
Slay, I like that.
Slay.
We need her.
Yeah.
We need her
That's
a
it,
lot.
you're in. Can you write it like lyrically for us?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
we
easy.
struggle with words, as you can tell.
That sounds fun. Why not? I'm down.
Yeah, we'll get stuck into that.
Go for it.
We're not calling it. So main
Not main.
second act.
Second act.
Second act.
Second act.
Who is your second act of the evening on
My
the
second.
bank of the Thames?
My second act is very predictable for me, but it's Radiohead.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
Radiohead
And why have you chosen Radiohead?
because I've never seen them live before. So selfishly, I'm gonna make them play for me,
Nice.
nobody else.
Like it.
I'm sad that they don't play Creep a lot or at all anymore.
Yeah,
Do they still tour? Like recently?
there's been some conspiracy that they're
Oh.
coming back.
Oh,
And
okay.
they're
Save
about
it for
to
the next
tour.
episode.
Save it for the next
That was
episode.
dark enough. Conspiracy. They're just gigging
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Conspiracy is
literally.
that Tommy York has decided to crack on with touring.
Gone from Diddy to they're playing.
You tried to tell me that R. Kelly was a conspiracy the other day.
Well, I read that he'd been chucked under the bus by Jay-Z. You
What?
know?
No, there's videos of him
Tweet.
doing what he did.
There against Beyonce and Jay-Z, mate.
Jay-Z's in on some stuff.
Jay-Z knows some stuff for sure.
knows
I do think he's smarter than a lot of the other people that have got themselves into
He keeps
deep
quiet.
shit. Yeah,
He keeps stum about everything.
yeah, he's smarter. So he'll either, I don't know if he'll get found out, or if he actually has done any of those things, he might just be a bit of a puppet master. You know?
If you haven't done anything, Jay, we sorry.
We love you. Come
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah, please keep
We'll
listening.
apologise publicly.
Yeah. But I think he's the ringleader.
Yeah, he could definitely be the
Top
the
dog.
master of
Do
it
you reckon,
all.
Like Diddy's maybe like the face, and then I was gonna say
The
Jay-Z.
face.
I think Diddy's more than the face.
Well, I think he's just more explosive. Like he just obviously cares about what people see of him, and he's got a massive ego. But that can only be fueled by like making people feel weaker.
Yeah.
I feel like Jay-Z like doesn't have that energy. He's probably done that enough. Now he's like, I'm just gonna sit and make people do it for me.
Yeah. Well, listen, these are definitely coming up
Whose
on
phone was that?
yours.
My phone's on silent.
Still get messages.
Mad, that was so loud.
Yeah. I thought you put it on aeroplane mode.
I did.
I have a question.
Go on.
What would Radiohead's encore song be?
Good question.
Thanks, mate.
I would get them to play something from one of my favourite Radiohead albums, which might be controversial, which is Amnesiac, and it would be Life in a Glass House,
Fair.
Nice.
because it's I think it's
Scary.
scary. It's scary.
Don't you think it's a bit scary?
Oh, well, that's my vibe. I love it when it's moody and it's creepy and it's a bit
And to be fair, the
sludgy
Jeff
and
Buckley one was scary as well.
Was it?
What did
Grace, the album.
you... No. Oh,
Is
no.
it that Ashaine said that it's kind of him? maybe
No,
making-
the Aretha Franklin one.
Yeah.
That was scary too. I said that one was scary.
Yeah. I think that... Yeah. Anyway. Scary.
Yeah.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. And this is quite fitting. This is Mashup Apocalypse. Mashup Apocalypse? Mashup Apocalypse. That's
Okay.
Mash
that
Apocalypse.
name.
Mash Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, just eat mash.
What the fuck?
No, that's not it. So with this one, you are going to create your dream supergroup, but we have rules.
Mhm.
And so the rules are your supergroup must include...
One legendary artist.
Yeah, I was going to say not Josh. One legendary artist.
Can be me.
It can be.
Give
he
me
is not a legendary
Josh.
artist. One current artist,
Okay.
and then one completely unexpected artist, or not even an artist, like just person. So you could have. Give some examples here.
Cilla Black.
Okay, yeah, sit a bag. Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
Anyone you
Sure.
want. So basically, a legend, a current,
legend.
and
A current.
just someone completely out there. There is a twist. We are going to give you a band name and a genre that they'll be performing.
Mm.
Josh is going to give you a band name and a genre they are performing.
So the band name is Psychedelic Parachutes.
Psychedelic parachutes. Okay.
The people don't have to fit the band name though.
It doesn't have to at all, but
They have to. They'll have to be like. No, I think they do have to fit the band name. They have to look like they'd be in that
Come up
band.
with that.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Fair play. If you can, then
Yeah, go on,
I'm
Gil.
gonna try.
what's the genre?
Funk EDM.
Funk EDM. The
Yeah.
psychedelic parachutes.
Okay.
So we need one legendary artist to start off.
You're gonna laugh at what? Legendary artist, George Clinton.
Ooh,
Yep.
good choice.
That is a good choice.
Yeah.
My wild card is Crazy Frog.
No.
And then
One current
what was
artist.
the third one? Current. Fred again.
Fair.
Ooh. Getting that
All
EDM
kinda
in there as well.
works.
Oh, you thought about this in
I
that
did.
3 seconds we gave you.
Yeah.
I did.
That's class.
I think I would watch that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Are one of you expecting a parcel from Very? Because we're getting messages on the screen.
I'm just gonna.
Nah, fuck it.
It keeps pinging whilst we're
Ping,
recording.
ping twice.
Everyone that's watching, I apologise. My phone's meant to be on airplane mode. It is clearly not.
No.
Is it
How
the
dare
screen
you.
that's doing it?
Yeah. Modern technology, eh? Right.
Everything's linked these days.
We couldn't say first support and main support,
but you can call this one what it is.
and it's the third. No, it's the headline
The
act.
headline act.
The headline act.
So for your headline act,
Mhm.
who are you having as your artist?
I mean, I have a person in mind, but I feel like I shouldn't choose him because I speak about him
Ring,
too
ding,
much.
ding.
It's Crazy Frog. Okay, I'm gonna change my mind. I think I'm gonna put Nirvana
Oh,
Oh,
love it.
okay.
as my
Nice.
headline act.
With
Yeah,
Kurt, yeah?
with Kurt. Yeah, but excited Kurt, like pre
he's
heroin
dead.
Kurt. I know he's dead. Yeah, I do. Thank
Conspiracy.
you
I don't know
for
if you heard.
breaking the news.
Courtney did it.
Well, to be
Do you-
fair,
oh, conspiracy
Whoa.
episode. Stop
Yeah.
it.
but Nirvana, massive shout, cannot go wrong. Why have you chosen Nirvana?
Because I think they're just amazing. I love everything about Nirvana. I love all their music, and they were kind of a bit of a. They showed me that it can be punk, but it can also be accessible, and it can be things that like music that stands the test of time, even though it's DIY and brash and exciting. So yeah,
Big shout, great shout.
choice. And what's the final encore? Wait, no, stop.
Oh,
This artist, because they are your headline artist,
okay.
quite a curveball here, is allowed to bring out one special guest before the encore song to perform one extra encore song with the special guest. Does that make sense? I just
Do they
overcomplicate
do they
that.
have to have a song with the person? It's imaginary. It can be whoever I want.
It can be whoever you want, and they can perform whatever you want. They can perform Thomas the Tank Engine's theme tune if you really want.
I want them to perform Crazy Frog. No, I don't.
I'll
I
again.
he would love it. I would choose PJ Harvey,
fair.
Okay.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and she would come out and do. Am I choosing the song that they're doing
Yes.
together?
Yeah.
She would come out and sing Polly.
Nice.
Lovely.
Did her drummer not teach us?
Yes.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
her drummer was a teacher at BIM.
Fair.
Yeah.
No,
I don't remember his name. Sorry, mate.
Oh, gosh.
no, I was in a bad way during those days,
Right, of course.
and I fell asleep a lot in his class.
When you were there.
Yeah. What was their encore? What's Nirvana's encore song?
They're gonna play Breed, I think, for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this gig. I can see
This is
it.
a- this
I
is a
want tickets.
big gig, this one.
Yeah, it's big. This,
It is big.
On
we're
the
bringing
bank
people
tap.
back from the dead. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Crazy Frog dead? Is he? She?
Hey. R.I.P. Crazy Frog.
Do you know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you.
Rip Crazy Frog.
Like, Olympics came out.
Yeah.
You know, who made Crazy Frog? Well, I'm gonna look into that
That's
because
we talk about Crazy Frog nearly every episode, and it's just getting out of hand. Like next season, we're gonna have to talk about a different annoying song.
Yeah.
What did the facts say?
That was such a strange song. Like, that was weird. That was a weird time in music. What does a fox... What do you mean you don't know what does a fox say?
Will's having a moment. I can't believe I don't know that. Like the stress. He's like, what's the era?
You call yourself a musician? No, I'm joking.
What is it?
What do you mean the era? It was like 5, 6 years ago or something.
Yeah, I think it was pre-COVID. Maybe like
Yes.
2017.
Fair. Was I still in my coma?
You in a coma?
Beat on the
Josh-
head pretty hard that year. So yeah.
There is so much to unpack. I can't
Well,
wait.
I need to listen to that as well.
Ashaine, you've completed your dream. Why am I struggling with words so much? Your dream concert. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're not going to let you go just yet.
Ooh.
We're having too much fun. So we've got some more things to ask you.
Okay.
Go for it, Josh. Ask. So we're going to do some would you rather's.
Yes. Oh, I love Would You Rather.
Go for it, Josh.
Okay. So, would you rather only listen to your favorite album for the rest of your life, only that album, or never hear it again?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I think I would never hear it again.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a fucker, but it is what it is.
It's just because there's so much other music.
Yeah, that's a right tough one.
Yeah. I think it would be that I'd never hear it again.
Willis?
Sad. Right. Would you rather be forced to listen? Is this not the same question? No, it's fine. Would be terrible if we had the same question going twice there. It's kind of similar though. Would you rather be forced to listen to the same song on repeat forever, or never listen to your favorite artist again?
I don't understand the question.
I don't
The same song, but like not of that artist, or
I
never
love that
listen.
she's explaining it to us. And
Or
we're
no, I mean,
Thanks.
you just do the podcast. Like
yeah, sure.
you interview us. So we've got an album coming out, and
Yeah, so guys, tell me your trauma. Tell me. What did Crazy Frog do to you?
let's deep dive into how like your relationship with your father.
That would be my podcast. It'd be like, tell me your dreams and your hopes. Let me help you heal.
Oh, I need you.
Let's move on from that particular one because we've got others, and let's move on to the other one because this one's a lot simpler to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right. And
Cool.
it is actually.
And it's not
a
you,
fair
it's
question.
us, very much.
It's all of us. We're in this
Go to-
together.
Yeah, we are. Thank you. See, we're fine.
Okay,
fine.
thanks for touching me again.
Would you rather go to a gig with no drinks or no toilets?
No drinks.
Yeah.
I would go to a gig with no drinks so there could be a toilet.
Okay, fair.
That was
Because
a quick answer there.
yeah, because ew, I don't want other people like not being able to pee.
What if you had like a shiwi in a bottle?
No. Sorry.
Christina Aguilera song.
Shiwi in a bottle.
Gotta rock it.
It's chewing in a bottle.
Tune. Yeah.
Class.
How do you feel about? I know this is such a shit question, and it makes me sound like a right smackhead. But do you go sober gigging?
Yeah, I mean,
When you're not doing research there.
I like a margarita, you know, but I think I'm just such a Gen Z. I'm of my generation. I'm so like over alcohol a little bit. Like I just don't really need it to have a good time.
Well, I think that's
So I'm not saying that you do in any way, but I feel like I don't know.
This
I
big
feel
right now.
sorry, that's not what I meant. But you know, so I feel like we haven't really been as socialized into using alcohol to like help us to socialize. Maybe because we had like COVID. I went into COVID at 23. It came out 25. It was very like a few years of my life that being like fucked up every night, I could have still bounced back from that a little bit. And also, you know, when I was younger, like when I was from 18, maybe like from around 15 to 21, I was drinking and I was going out and I was doing all of those things, and I just kind of got over it. Like and it's really expensive. I can't afford that. Like I live in London. I can't afford.
Like a pint is like £8.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's great, and like a cocktail is like £20. Like if I want to get wrecked, I have to go and like get something from the shop and just drink it straight and like not enjoy myself, you know. So yeah, I think, and also as a singer, like I said before, my body is my instrument, so I can't imagine getting wrecked and being hungover and then having to do a gig the next day. That sounds horrible to me. I'd rather eat some good food and like have a vibe, and and maybe a beer, maybe a margarita, but I just I don't know, not really into it that much.
Just quickly, obviously being a singer, pre-gig, are you know, hot lemon water and honey? Is that your...
I don't know. I'm not really that. It's not that deep for me. Like, I'm not really like, nobody speak to me. I need no air conditioning, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not really that type of girly pop. But
your rider is mad though, isn't it? Like
mine. Do you know what? No, I like a, do you know what I am? I'm really energized by other people's energy. I'm very, extrovert, and I quite like to be around people. So what I do like to do is give myself like 10 minutes alone. So I'm like, I can bring my energy level back down so I can play guitar chords and not fuck them up, basically. And like my hands not be shaking with other people's energy, which is like a good thing. I need to like, I need to manage my adrenaline level, because on stage, my adrenaline's going to go right through the roof. So I'll have like a trip CBD, or maybe, a chamomile tea, or just a deep breath before I go on stage. Otherwise I'll just be all over, like bouncing off the walls and really having a really good time, but not enough to be able to focus on the thing I need to do, which is play a good show. So I try to just have a little bit of like a deep breath before I play.
Fair. Not too diva-y. I like it.
No, I try. We'll see. Check in a year. I might be the worst diva you've ever come across.
I've asked for 15 kittens in my dressing room.
Like everybody.
Yeah. I want 70 white doves. And fluffy
to release before I go on stage.
Yeah.
That's fair. You deserve it, girl.
Yeah, why not?
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
What you can get. So that's it. You're officially inducted as a member of the Encore Club.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been, I think, one of my favourite episodes so far.
Me too.
Oh, I honestly had a really good time. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you guys.
And before you go, take some time to just let everyone know what's going on in your life. I know we've touched on it at the beginning, but remind the people what's happening over the next couple of months, and let them know what's going on.
Yeah. I am releasing an EP on the 22nd of May. It's called Look What You Made Me Do. 2 singles are out right now. You can go and check it out. And the next one comes out on the 10th of April. It's called Not My Person. Come see a show. I'm playing in London on the 19th of June, in Brighton for the Great Escape weekend. And I'll be all around the country. Just check in on my social medias. You can find me at Ashaine White everywhere. And I hope to see you at a show.
You certainly will.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ashaine White. Thank you very much. It's been amazing. And everyone that's watching, please like, subscribe. You know what to do. Just do it all. Come on, join us. And we've got loads more guests, I think. I hope, for the rest of the season. And again, thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Thank you for having me.